there's a lot of sayings that just exist that be destroying society by just sitting there. And this is like one of them. It's like, who said don't talk about politics and religion? Like, to me, that's like saying, let's make a pact not to talk about anything that matters. So what's left? No politics, no religion.
Right. Let's talk about the dog.
We've got sports. We've got our job. We've got the weather. And we've got everyday life.
And that's why people's conversations be sounding like that.
Yeah. It's
no, for real. And also, yeah, don't talk about religion, politics, and all that. And then a huge one is like, don't talk about your personal business or family business.
Right.
It's like brushing stuff under the rug. Like, I hear people say that all the time. Like, yeah, I grew up in a family where, you know, we didn't solve anything, like, or tell people our business. We don't go to therapy. Therapy's frowned upon. You don't tell people your business. What stays in the house happens in the house, or what happens in the house stays in the house. And that whole mindset is like, well, then I guess when we meet people, we're not getting into their personal lives. We're not getting into the politics,
society
which
around
is
them.
what's going on. Yeah, it's like nothing.
Yeah. It's like, I just don't know what's left. It's like, that sounds like,
Nothing's
bother
left.
people. Yeah, don't bother people. Don't stir the pot. And it's like, what are we talking about? Like, okay, Jesus, surely he was talking about religion, right? I feel like that was kind of important for his ministry.
Right.
And then it's like politics. He was all over the Greco. If Jesus wasn't doing it, Paul definitely was. But it's like, and I still think Jesus was doing it. That's why he died. Like,
yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like, who told us that? And why didn't we check? Because I really do think that's just a general standard. And then it creates such a pandemic. Like, and it's the same thing with sex. It's the same thing with blood or killing. It's like the things that we refuse to address become the dragons in the closet because they've had so much time to grow in the dark.
Yeah.
Nobody's dealing with them, and they're festering as real things that are part of society, but we don't address them right up until something breaks out of the closet that's now way too big to handle.
And then no one knows how to handle it because you haven't gotten practice to handle it. It's like, why are therapists so good at what they do? Like, why are doctors so good at what they do? Why are, it's like people are doing, because they're doing it. It's like trained. Life coaches. It's like, man, I had to go to an expert. That's the thing. This is such a, Jesus.
Go ahead.
We have experts in fields that the day-to-day person should be doing.
Yeah, no, oh my God.
My mom was my doctor. Yeah. Growing up. Well, she also worked in the medical field.
She also is a doctor, but...
Well, she's not a doctor. She's in the medical field.
Right.
But the point is, whether I use my mom or anybody's mom that's just not even in the medical field, it's like they still were your doctor when you were a baby. It's like they had to check on you. They had to give you medicine. They were also your comforter. They were your friend. They were your authority. Like, they were all the things, like, all the things. They were literally all those things. Yeah. And so, and I'm thinking, too, like, it just trickles into the church, too, because it's like, we do the same thing. Bring everyone to the pastor. Yeah. The pastor's the expert. Like, the lay Christian they definitely can't go through a Bible study with someone one-on-one. Like, oh, that's not.
Yeah.
A Christian feels like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yes, altar calls.
It's like growing up, that used to be a thing too. It's like you would get up and walk by a congregation full of Christians to go to the qualified ones up front. And it's like, were they not qualified or because that's such a big deal, because it's like we have titles for things that used to be normal roles. Like, it's like, me and my wife have been like going to therapy to talk about our marriage, to work through our process, or we've been in it. It's like, there's nothing against therapy, and obviously it has its role, but it's like those used to be called friends.
Right.
Like, those used to be people who were also married, or people who just know your life and are in your business enough to say, yo, you did what? And she felt this way about it, and you think that's okay? Like, right. That, like.
But now we push that away. It's like, you don't put people in your business like that, but it's like, we'll secretively go to therapy where no one's in our business and fix our problem behind closed doors.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what it is too, is I don't know how much of it is the fear of trusting somebody with your business, because they're under contract. Like, I almost want a therapist to share my business because I'm gonna make a lot more money from them.
She broke confidentiality.
Yeah. They break confidentiality, but it's like, you can spill all of your darkest secrets, and so it's like you feel known by one person who's not allowed to know you almost at the same time. Like they're not a part of your friend circle. They're not a part of your group. So it separates the thing. But it's like, I mean, even how we talk about our friendship, it's like, it feels good to go somewhere with somebody who knows all of you. Even if they're, you know, it's like y'all go home, you talk about more stuff, but then we go out in public and it's like, oh, okay, like we know how this would affect each other at different stages and different things like that. And I just, the value of friendship, that's a whole nother podcast. How we get here?
If you enjoyed that clip from TLR Podcast, please go check out the full episode here. Also, if you've got your own thoughts, please join our community feature. We just want to have a space that actually lets people critically think. So you do not have to agree with us. We just want to create that space for people to have deeper, meaningful conversation. Hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace.